In the previous video, we created our corridor. Here, we will generate roadway cross sections. This will help us have a sectional view of our roadway at different points along the alignment. To do this, we would first create sample lines that will help us define points along our alignments where we want to actually create the cross sections. So when we click on the cross section, on the sample lines command, we will be asked to choose an alignment or press enter to select from a list. I'll press enter and choose the HA alignment. The next step will be to define a name and give a description of our sample line group in this dialog box. To do that, I would simply name this SL with a suffix cross sections. The next thing we will do is to add these sample lines to a specific layer. Currently, it belongs to the C-Road SAMP layer, but I'm going to add a suffix to that name to define a specific layer for it. To do that, we would have to click on this button and add a suffix. I'll say cross section. The next step is then to edit the last surface we created. Remember the surface of the corridor. We would edit this and change its style to a finished ground style. So while we have an existing ground, we have a finished ground as well. We would click OK. And then the sample line toolbar shows up. Here, we would create our sample lines by defining the range. We will use by range of stations. And then we can set in this dialog the things we need. Here, we would set to true the left and right swath width, and we will set true as well for the other parameters. Once this is done, we can click OK. Notice that your swath width is 20 meters. Immediately that is done, you can notice that your sample lines are actually created at 20-meter offsets along your alignment. At this point, we can type enter. Now to generate your cross sections, all you have to do would be to click on one of these sample lines created, and you can click on the create section view. I'll use the create multiple section views. And here I can set the values I require. Initially, the name of the alignment is stated, as well as the start and end of the project. When I click on next, I can choose where I want to place my cross sections when they are generated. When I click next, I can define the offset ranges for my cross section, my lines, the sample lines or the cross sections. The elevation ranges can be defined here as well. And then section display options. The last is the data bands, which just indicates how you want to view your cross sections. When this is done, I'll click on Create Section Views. And the requirement here would be to identify the origin where I want to view them. Essentially, where do you want to place your cross sections? I can randomly place them here at the point where they won't interfere with my drawings. And now my cross sections are generated. Let's take a look. You can see the cross-sectional elements defined at station 0 plus 160. And so beginning at 0 plus 000, you can notice that your cross-sections are now defined all the way to the end of the project at 1 plus 919. And so in this video, we have successfully generated the cross-sectional elements for our alignments. In the next video, we will be calculating the earthworks. Thank you very much.